If you're considering bankruptcy, one thing's for sure. Your relationship with your creditors is going to change. Hi, I'm Jonathan Alper, and I'm a bankruptcy attorney in Orlando, Florida. I've seen many bankruptcy clients over the years, and it seems to me that there's some questions that keep coming up over and over again. The first questions I hear about are, what do I do now that I've decided to file bankruptcy? A couple of things to talk about here. First, don't use your credit cards again. If you have made the decision to file bankruptcy and you go out and still use credit cards to run up credit card debt, and then you come back and try to discharge those debts in bankruptcy, there's going to be a problem because your creditors are going to say that you defrauded them. You used the card with the intention of wiping them out in bankruptcy. The second thing is before bankruptcy is as you're preparing for bankruptcy, make sure you tell your bankruptcy attorney about all your credit card debt. Some people think they can pick and choose creditors to list in a bankruptcy, but that's not the law. You have to list all your creditors. And I tell my clients that they must get a credit report and show me the credit report so I can see that they've tried to list all their creditors. Another area is how you deal with the creditors that call you. Now, before you file bankruptcy, there are laws called the Unfair Debt Collection Practices Act that prevent creditors from harassing you. Like, for example, call you late at night, early in the morning, even call you or contact you after you've told them, please don't call me anymore. And if that's been a problem for you, tell your bankruptcy attorney, because you could file an action against your creditors in the bankruptcy case for the violation of that law. After you file bankruptcy, what happens is that the court will send a notice to your creditors telling them you filed bankruptcy and warning the creditors not to contact you anymore. That's called the bankruptcy stay. It says that basically everyone has to stay put and not try to collect debt after someone's filed bankruptcy. If a creditor calls you after bankruptcy, that's not necessarily a Fair Collection Act problem, but it is a violation of the stay. So what I tell people is keep a log. Don't call me if just one creditor may have missed the notice and called you once. But if someone after you file keeps harassing you and calling you, even after you told them you're in bankruptcy, tell your bankruptcy attorney, because then the attorney can file something in the bankruptcy court accusing the creditor and getting compensation for you because the creditor has violated the stay. Finally, people ask, how can I establish credit? What I've seen is that your credit after bankruptcy is actually better because you can't file bankruptcy again. So even though it's on your record, you're prohibited for at least 7 or 8 years from coming back and discharging new credit. So creditors are even more likely to extend you some credit after you file because you don't have the bankruptcy weapon to discharge that debt for many years. So if after you file, you will see that you will get many credit card offers, albeit with low limits, and that'll be the basis for you to establish credit. My experience is that many clients have told me that after 3, 4, 5 years of getting modest credit card debt and paying the debt, they've actually established a pretty good credit rating. If you have questions about how bankruptcy will affect you in your credit rating, or if you're considering bankruptcy and have questions about how it's going to affect you and your creditors, give me a call. My number is 407-444-0404, and I'm here to help you.